So I have no internet right now. And because I have no internet right now, I can't do a normal stream. I can't play games for you guys. I can't even upload videos I already have recorded. Can't do none of that. I have no internet. It's fun. Somebody decided that he was going to come and, well, I mean, not decided. I mean, he was hired to do a job. He came over to, I guess they were doing something with the poles, the line, that holds up the, do something with that. And as he was digging around the pole, he cuts our internet cord. He just cuts it. And because he cuts it, I don't have, no internet. So I asked him, I go outside and ask him, I'm like, hey, is there do you know when the internet's gonna come back on? And he's like, why is it not working? I said, no, it's not working. He's like, was it working a little bit ago? I said, yeah, it was working a little bit ago. He's like, yeah, who's your internet provider? I'm like, CenturyLink. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna need to call them. I think I accidentally cut your line. I'm like, you accidentally cut my line. So yeah, I was digging and I thought the line was cut already, and I think I accidentally cut it. I was like, okay. So he calls my service provider to see if they can send somebody out there to fix repair the line, and they tell him no, we need the homeowner or the resident to call us, and that way we can get somebody out there to fix it. So I call them. I'm on the phone with them, and I got the stupidest person, number one, on the phone. It's just like a complete moron, and the person apparently the only thing the person could say is, I understand where you're coming from. I said, no, you don't, because if you did, then you would help me to get this sorted out and get somebody here today to fix this issue. And they're like, oh yeah, no, I understand, but the only thing I can do is get it on Friday. I was like, you're stupid. I didn't tell him you're stupid. I was thinking it, because the other thing they're like is oh yeah, I see here that we have a pending suspension for your internet services for non-payment. I'm like, excuse me? I'm caught up on my payments. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea why you're bringing this up to me. So whatever the case is, whatever is making you say this right now, look at my account. I'm current on my account. I'm not behind on my account. There's no reason for you to even mention that to me. So person's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. I understand, and the best I can do. And I'm like, look, I work from home. My kids are at school, at home doing their schoolwork, and they can't do their schoolwork, and I can't work from home if you don't freaking come over and fix my internet right now. No, I understand. The only thing I can do is send somebody on Friday. I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. And so I hung up on him. So unfortunately, I have no internet till tomorrow, and I don't even know what time they're coming. They said they're going to come in the morning, but that's to be seen. And I don't know how long it's going to take them to fix it. So, I mean, it's a cable. I could splice the cable if I had the right cable to do it. I could splice the cable back together for my internet and be okay. But I don't have the cables to do that. So, not going to happen on my part. Darren, Sean, Brian, best dogs. I haven't seen you in a while. Ben, how you doing? Welcome, guys. So yeah, this is the best that I can do for a live stream right now. I can't even stream from my phone at my house because, yeah, no, I can't stream from my phone at my house because I have no reception on my phone when I'm at home. I can't watch YouTube. I can barely even use Twitter, and barely even use my Discord because I get bad reception in my house. It's just bad. And then on top of that, yesterday my landlord came to fix the pool pump, and And so, or well, the property manager, not the landlord himself, property manager. Property manager comes by yesterday to fix the pool pump. And while he's there, he's like, look, I gotta talk to you about something. And I was like, okay. And he's like, this is always like a hard thing to talk about. I'm like, oh crap, what are you, like kicking me out of my house? And he's like, we're gonna have to, we're gonna have to raise your rent to $1,500. Either, and we need you to sign a year lease because right now you're on month to month. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? You want to raise my rent in the middle of a pandemic, right? You want to raise my rent in the middle of a pandemic where it's hard for people to work. I asked him, how does that make sense? Okay? Why would you do that in the middle of a pandemic when I'm barely working as it is? The only one who has steady work is my wife. I'm barely working as it is, and you're wanting to raise my rent. And he's like, look, it's not me, it's the owner, it's the property owner. He wants to raise the rent. And I told him, I'm like, it's not a good idea. They've been good tenants, they've been there for 4 years. It's not a good idea. And I'm like, yeah, it's not a good idea. And he's like, it's not me. And I'm like, I get it, but you're still raising my rent. So now we have to find a new place to live, because where we live, as much as we love our house, it's not worth $1,500, and that's what we're stuck with if we stay there, because I'm not signing a year lease to pay $1,500 a month for where we live with stuff that's not working properly. Our water system doesn't work properly. Our AC is always breaking. Our refrigerator recently broke, and they replaced it with a smaller fridge, a used smaller fridge. The internet sucks where we are. That's not the property manager's fault or the landlord's fault. That's not their fault, but still, our internet sucks where we live. The power grid sucks where we live too, because freaking a butterfly flaps its wings and we lose power in our house for like a minute. So we now have to find a place to move to, and that's stressful as hell. Super stressful. So, and also like the drywall, because before we got there, the bathroom had a pipe burst, and because the bathroom had a pipe burst, water got all over the place, and so the drywall in the master bedroom and in the living room is like rotted. So yeah, there's that too. Not to mention that when we moved in the same week, the second bathroom, the toilet overflowed, while we were out. The toilet overflowed while we were out, and so we have wood laminate floors. It got all over the flooring, and so what happens when you put water on wood? It warps the wood. So we now have like wood laminate floors that's warped in certain parts of the house. So yeah, I mean, that's not our fault, because that happened the same week that we got there, and apparently the prior tenants, they shoved like duct tape and like a whole bunch of shit down in the toilet. So yeah, that was bad too. And like it got into, like, all the water got into the kids' bedroom, got into the room that I use for streaming and stuff. And so I had to like take a shop vac and suck out, like I suck out all the water from the carpets, and I was doing that for like till 4 a.m. or something like that. It was ridiculous. But I mean, the rooms are fine. Like, it doesn't smell of mold or nothing like that, because I took care of the problem right away, and I kept the doors open with fans, and that way everything dries up and it's not a problem. But the fact of the matter is, like, $1,500 for that house is not worth it. It's not worth it, especially when we can buy a house and pay much less. Now, buying a house with such short notice, that's a problem, because it usually takes 4 to 6 months to find a house, get all the paperwork going, to get everything. Like, it takes a while. So it's not like we can just be like, yeah, let's go buy a house and move in tomorrow. That's not how that works. And it's a process. So now we're kind of like in a shitty situation where it's like, okay, are we gonna now move to another place to rent again when we said, like my wife and I said, the next time we move, it's going to be to the house that we buy. You know, like that. But now we have this situation that is like, okay, either we stick it out and try to talk to the landlord, hey, look, we're going to try to buy a house, but please keep our rent $1,400. We'll let you know when we move, but please help us out here. Because the problem is that the landlord, he's like, okay, or the property manager is like, look, I'm going to tell you straight. If you sign the lease for a year, $1,500, then then we won't have any issues as far as what happens if you don't sign the lease. And if we don't sign the lease, basically they're going to sell the house. Like the owner's going to sell the house and we're going to have to move. And it's fucked up. It's fucked up. Like, he can't just straight up kick us out because there's laws against that. But he can give us proper notice, say, to let us know, hey, we're selling the house. You have this many days to move. And then we're in a really bad situation. So now we have to be, preemptive and proactive about this and find a place. But I gotta wait for my internet to come back on because it's hard as fuck to find a place to move to when you don't have internet, especially when you don't have working when you don't have good reception. If I want good reception on my phone, I gotta stand outside my house. I legit gotta stand in my front yard or outside my garage or whatever, and then I can have good reception. But I can't look for a house if I don't have good reception to for my phone and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, it sucks big time. And the thing is too, like we don't have the money to put for a deposit, or, if we do rent a house, right? So that's the other problem too. We don't have money to just pull out our ass. And we got a little bit of money stashed away, but we just started saving up because we just started catching up on our bills. So now it's like we don't have the money for deposit because most places ask for first month and security deposit. So yeah, I mean, we'll get our security deposit back for where we're living, but outside of that, I mean, we're not gonna have any extra money to freaking move, even if we're renting a place. So I don't know, we gotta figure this out. And I'm just venting. This is me just venting because I've been like kind of holding this in for like the past couple of days because I haven't had internet, so I haven't been able to stream or talk to you guys or anything like that. So yeah, I'm just kind of venting right now, and while I'm on my way to the supermarket because no, it's just like he's being greedy. It's not he's been like the best landlord or property owner. Like, the landlord's been awesome. The property managers have been awesome. These are the best property managers that we've ever had. Never had any problems with them. If we have a problem in the house or whatever, they take care of it usually right away. So like they've been awesome. But the owner is a cheapskate, and he's getting greedy. He sees that the value of rent is gone up in my area when it really hasn't. Just because it says something on Zillow that average rent for this area is $1,500 or what is it, $1,570 is the average rent for the area that I live in. That's bullshit, because I know for a fact that that's not how much people are actually charging. You can go on Craigslist. I can find a house down the street for $1,200 for what we're paying $1,400. So that's bullshit. You can't bullshit me because I do my research and I know. So that's what we're sitting at right now, and it's like, fuck, man. I don't know what to do at this point. I don't. Like, I do know, but I don't know if I want to do it, because I'm tired of renting, man. Like, you rent when you could, in theory, go buy a house and you could, in theory, go buy a house and pay a lot less than what you're renting. But the house is amazing. What, my house? I mean, it's a nice house. My bad. Kind of disconnected there for a second. The fuck is honking? Anyways, it's a nice house where we live. We got a pool. I mean, it's It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2-car garage. It's a nice house, but like I'm not gonna like I'm tired of paying 1,400. When we moved in, it was 1,300. Um, he's like, well, we've only raised the rent once on you in 4 years. I was like, yeah, but I mean, come on, it's in the middle of a fucking pandemic, and you're raising rent on us in the middle of a pandemic, bro. It's not how that works. If I was a landlord and I was renting to somebody, I would not raise the rent in the middle of a fucking pandemic where people can't afford to pay the rent. You know? Like, we make sure our rent is paid all the time, even if we're going to get behind on whatever else. Like, if we're going to be a month behind on one of the car payments, that's fine. If we're going to be a month behind on a credit card payment, that's fine. But we always pay our rent. So it's like, fuck, man, you're going to do this shit to us? That's messed up. It's messed up. So yeah, I just wanted to, like I said, I wanted to vent, and because I don't have internet right now until tomorrow when they fucking repair the line. But it's so fucked up, everything that's going on right now. So fucked up. On the plus side, my band is doing good. I mean, there's always a plus somewhere, right? So on the plus side, my band is doing good because we let go of our lead guitar player because he was too much drama with him, like way too much fucking drama, too much drama with him, and he wasn't doing what he needed to do. Like every time he would, we would have a show, it was like getting progressively worse. He was playing all the wrong shit all the time, and so I called him up. I told him, we're gonna go on without you, and so he got all pissed off, and like he's like, fuck you, Chris, and then he hung up on me. I was like, all right, man. And so like he goes and tries to call everybody else, and then I'm talking to the bass player. I'm like, hey Sid, like he's not listening to me. You want to call him and like hammer it into his head for him because he's not listening to me. So my bass player Sid, he calls him up. He's like, you're fired, and he just hangs up on him. And then and then the guitar player just starts blowing up my phone. And then eventually, like I answer the phone. I was like, look, this isn't me. Everybody doesn't want to continue with you, and that's it. So he's like, you're fucking asshole, and this and that. I was like, nope, just done. Pick up your shit, and that's it. We're done. And then he starts calling. So this is the best part. This is the fucking best part. Omni, what's up? I saw you in there. Michael, how you doing? This is the best part, right? Okay, so right here, this is the best fucking part. So he starts calling up all the different venues to talk shit about me. Like I'm not even joking. He calls all the different venues that he deals with and starts talking shit about me to them. And then he starts texting our other guitar player saying, oh, you guys are never gonna fucking play anywhere. I made sure of that, and we're like, okay, whatever. So what I did was I told the guys, okay, so we're gonna continue under my old band name. I'm gonna bring back my old band name, Cross-Eyed Chicks. We're gonna continue as Cross-Eyed Chicks, and I'm gonna market it as Cross-Eyed Chicks is back. So yeah, it's a cover band. It's a cover band. He's fucking being a dumbass. We play covers and we have fun, right? So like fucking drama shit. Just do your work, like learn your shit, and then it's fine. Like I just don't understand why people got to be so fucking stupid about it. But anyways, so I told them we're gonna continue as my old band name, Cross-Eyed Chicks. I'm gonna market as Cross-Eyed Chicks is back because in the area that I live in, all the bars and venues, they all know my old band, Cross-Eyed Chicks. They all know the band. They all know me. The minute that I said Cross-Eyed Chicks is back, I started getting bookings at the different venues and the different gigs and everybody and all the other places. Like they're like immediately they started booking us. Like they were booking it. We have one show in February just because like February is too short notice. So we got we got in on a cancellation for February. So we're playing February 13th. So we're doing a not a Valentine's Day party for that show. So we got booked in February. We got booked in March. I'm trying to get us booked in April. We got booked in May. We're gonna be booked in June. We're gonna be booked in July. So it's like the minute that I put it up, the venue and told the venues that Cross-Eyed Chicks is coming back, they wanted to book. And then other places that I never played at before. Okay, know about the drama. I don't know how. I mean, this is a small community, so other places that I never played at before know about the drama that we split up from the band, which was Second Flight, right? So like this place called Whiskey Park, which is like 45 minutes away from where I live. It's actually by where Jared from Avalanche Reviews. It's actually by where he lives. It's in his area. So I talked to them just really quick. I sent him a message. Hey, you know, I wanted to see who I could talk to have my band play there. And so, not even an hour later, he messages me back and he's like, "Hey, weren't you guys part of Second Flight? And you guys split up and so you started over?" And it's like, yeah. And I was like, "Ah, shit, did he call over there too?" And so I was like, "Yeah, it's just a bunch of drama. The guitar player wasn't doing doing the stuff they needed to. Business is business." And so we continued without him. And so then he's like, "Okay, are you free on this date?" Which I think was March 6th. He's like, "Are you guys free on March 6th?" I was like, "Yeah, we're free on March 6th. Okay, I want you guys here." I was like, freaking awesome. Like, he knew about the drama and he wanted us there. You know? Like, that's a good feeling when people know how you are and how you do business, and they respect it and they appreciate it. Like, it's a good feeling. And the fact of the matter is, like, reputation precedes you. Our lead guitar player, one of the places that booked us immediately, the reason why we never played there, we couldn't get booked over there, is because they didn't want him there. They didn't want the lead guitar player. As long as he was part of the band, we would never play there. So like, and it was just like, I would ask him, because he's like, "Oh, I never want to play at the deck. It's a fucking shit show there. I never want to play there." I was like, "What the fuck? Why?" And he's like, "Oh, well, you know, out of the blue, the bartenders and the owner started messaging me on Facebook and started talking shit to me." And I'm like, no, that doesn't happen just out of the blue. You must have done something to piss them off. And so, yeah, the owner didn't want him there, so we would never play there. The minute that I told her that, "Oh, you know, Cross-Eyed Chicks is back" and all that, she booked us immediately, because she didn't want him there, so we were never going to be able to play there. And a whole bunch of other places, same thing too. Like, his reputation is so bad. He walks into Guitar Center, and one of the employees has to be watching him at all times. They don't want him there. It's so bad. So yeah, word gets around fast. Yeah, it does. MJ, what's up? IDK Gintama, what's up? What's happening? I'm just venting. That's what I'm doing. I'm just venting. Juan, yeah, I'm the lead singer. It's Cross-Eyed with a D. Cross-Eyed Chicks. We used to do originals. I have a good group, and I think we could do originals again with the guys that I got, and if we can, that'd be fantastic. Like, with my original group with Cross-Eyed Chicks, we recorded an album. Like, we had 2 songs played on the radio. It was, you know, it was a good time. We were booked every weekend for 3 years straight. So yeah, like, that's how, you know, that's how, you know, like, reputation precedes you. But yeah, I was just venting for a little bit because I haven't been able to stream or anything like that. So yeah, it's just what it is. The only place we won't be able to play for right now is the place that I streamed for you guys. That's the only place we won't be able to get into right now, because they're just pissed off with the whole situation. Because we had shows booked before we split up. We had shows booked we had like five gigs booked over there, and so when we split up, he called them immediately and canceled. And so I tried to calm it down and be like, hey, we're not canceling. He's causing problems, and so we split from him, and so we're continuing on, but we would still like to do the shows, and they're all pissed off, so they don't want us to play there for right now. So I'm gonna contact them back like down the line or something. Um, and if we don't play there, we don't play there. I don't fucking care either way. There's a whole bunch of other places to play, and I'd rather not play at a place that feeds into the drama of one person. It was a nice gig. It was a nice place to play, but at the end of the day, there's a place across the street. Like that's just how it is. And over here, like, everybody knows me, so like I can go to almost any bar and run into people that I know. And I took my guitar player out, like the one that's the good one, not the one that caused all the drama and stuff. But I took the guitar player out with me so I could take him to different bars and stuff, and introduce him to people, and that way he can see the different bands and stuff like that. And he saw it firsthand. Everywhere I go, there's always people that I know there, always, and that's just because people know me. I haven't gone out to bars in like, oh man, what was it, like 3 years or something like that, and I can still go to different bars and people know me. I can go and see other bands play, and they will call me on stage to sing with them. That same thing happened to us when I took my guitar player out on Thursday night. We went to a bar that was over here, and a couple guys that were playing, I'd only seen them once before, but they knew me, and so they started doing Sunday Morning from Maroon 5, and then he comes up to me, and he put the microphone in front of my face for me to sing with him, and I was like, okay. So I just started singing with him. I was kind of like, oh man, I was not expecting that, because because I've only seen them once before, and like I've never actually sang with them before. So it was fun. I had fun. But either way, that's just how it is. I can go to any bar and people know who I am. What does my wife think about the band name? That's been my band name for years. Cross-Eyed Chicks. It's everybody loves that name because it's a funny name. And then like our album, it was called Double Vision. So our album was like, cross-eyed theme, Double Vision. One of our songs was Double Vision on it, and it was a fun time. We always had a fun time. But I got to go to the store. I just wanted to vent for a bit because I needed to talk to somebody. I needed to vent for a while. Like, people have been venting to me. I need to vent to somebody too. So you guys are my venting outlet. But yeah, I just haven't been able to stream, so I haven't been able to like vent and all that other stuff. So it's fun. It's fun. I have a headache. I've had a headache for like the past 2 days from stress. Probably, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and we just got to figure out the moving situation. We gotta find out how the hell we're gonna be doing this, because I try not to show my wife that I'm stressed out. I'm stressed because I don't know how we're gonna move. So we're just gonna have to think of something. Probably have to sell my games again. Whenever shit like this happens, I always gotta sell my stuff. Probably have to do that. I'll figure it out. Anyways, guys, thank you for letting me vent. Thank you for hearing me out. I don't do it often. I don't vent often, but thank you guys for listening for a little bit. I appreciate it. I do. I gotta go to the store. So I'll see you guys when my internet comes back. I'll see you guys.